Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Christy from Christy Planning It Out, here to help you map out your days, reflect on your faith, track your goals, and sprinkle joy across every page. Today, I am setting up my planner for the week of April 21st through the 27th. If you would like to see how this spread turns out, stay tuned. Okay, let's get into it. This week, I am going to break in this lovely lilac purple, beautiful spring florals from Hobbs Sticker Co. Yeah, if you have seen some of the earlier videos, I was going strong with that for a couple weeks in a different spread back in March. But now I'm going to use this lilac and we're going to use a few of these stickers. There are enough stickers in here to do several plans, especially in the Hobonichi weeks. So my plan is to lay out a spread to include that, and we're going to do something different. Let's flip back to last week and see how this went. It went pretty good. I have my column to mini journal or mini capture how I'm feeling. I keep a track of what I eat, and then I also track the weather. This is my mental health, fitness, health journal, and this book goes with me to every appointment, not just my appointments, to my family members' appointments. But basically, the planner week laid out covers what I deal with internally or what I need to remember. So I've narrowed down two trackers that I feel like is worth me keeping a visual, and that's anxiety and steps. But this week I decided to why not switch it up? If you feeling bored or overwhelmed with a spread and it's not doing what it's supposed to do, it's not planning the way it's not planning, it's not bringing you the joy that you need, then why not switch it up? So I'm going with a different setup this week. Yep. And we're going to see how this turns out. Okay. So I usually come right off the back and white out parts that I don't want to see because these are transparent stickers. I am going to white out some spaces here, and I'm going to fast forward through this, so I'll see you in a minute. Now we have a blank canvas. It took a while. I don't know. I had to do a different, it might be because my Hobonichi is getting thicker on the edge because I do the same thing, because this is a mega and always it's written in I think Japanese or whatever it's written, and I want to blank that out. So I've done it so much, and this only April. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to keep doing that for the rest of the month, but I mean for the rest of the year. But it is definitely giving me issues when trying to white out, and it's probably because I'm using this cream color white out, but I ended up using some sticker paper to go across the bottom, but we worked through that. So let's get some stickers going, because that frustrated me more than I would like to admit. So I am going to start with the dates and the date dots. So with Hobbs Sticker Co, the company, they give you plenty of dates and the dates and the days of the week. So you have plenty of options, and in between those two sections, you get these date dots. And so all these are little circles. It's kind of hard to show, but if you can see the edges sticking up, they're little circles. So I'm going to cover up each place where I'm going to stick a date, the actual day of the week on the page. So I'll do that. the days of the week across the end. All right, so we had that taken care of, and we're gonna put some strips down. I think because I did so much effort to get this covered up, we're gonna put something more, just the washi strip, torn pieces of paper. Get that this way. So I'm gonna lay this on the particular how it lays down. I'm gonna get a smaller piece to go the other way. So, all right, now, all right. So I guess I am flying by the seat of my pants because, like I said in the intro, this is Wednesday, and I am behind with having this Hobonichi week's spread set up for the week. Normally, I usually set up on Sunday or usually at the latest by Monday, but I just didn't have it. I'm being honest. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to do extra stuff, and it happens like that. So, this is why we're playing today. I've had a busy week. I have had to work in office all week, and then today my daughter had a surgical procedure this morning. So when I got home, I slept. So I hate that I wasn't more productive, but I am not going to be mad at myself for needing rest and taking advantage of being off work. So there's that. I have had some late nights just sometimes with medication changes, and the medication that I'm taking has kind of thrown off my sleep cycle, and just yeah, that's why I need to get sleep for new and old, so to speak. So I'm gonna put a butterfly. I love purple. Love purple. If you couldn't tell, with these purple nails, I had to take those bunnies off from last week, but I wanted something different. I didn't think that I forgot about it, that I might use this lilac kit. It just works out that that's the color I'm using in my planner this week. So I hope everybody week is going well. Mine is doing just fine. Let's see. Monday, went back to work, and this week we've been doing some new recipes for dinner. We're trying to watch our carb content. We're trying to watch how many calories we're eating. So Monday we made egg rolls in the bowl. So it's the inside of the egg roll in the bowl without the egg wrap that's fried. So it's the cabbage, and it's carrots, and I think onions, some green onions, and like your soy sauce, your sesame oil. It's really Asian inspired, and then maybe some salt and pepper and a couple other seasonings. But it turned out really good. If I remember, I'm gonna insert a picture here to show. But it's very low carb, and it was delicious. And I took some to work the next day. Well, here's the not so. This is the way I should have did it according to my doctor. My family wanted some rice, so we did have a small pot of boiled white rice with it. I ate a little bit. I did control portions, and I was proud of myself. So that was that, and it was delicious. And the next day was even better because like the flavors set in over the cabbage and all the inner workings of the egg roll. So it was really delicious. All right. So far I have placed borders at both in top of the page, and then I have my days of the week over on the side with the dates. Now we're going to get down to some nitty and gritty, and this is where um, we're going to draw some lines. And I saw some inspiration on Instagram. If you're on Instagram and you would like to be friends over on Instagram, I am Christy Playing It Out over there on Instagram as well, if that's not how you arrived here. But I did see some inspiration and I took from a few. And generally, that's what I usually do. I see what other people are doing or how they're using the space in um, their journal or their Hobonichi and see how I can implement it to do something similar and fit my needs. Most important of is that your plans should accommodate your life, not your life accommodate your plans. Okay. And often I think that might be a factor to what can make you not have as much joy with planning, or you get frustrated with plans, and you really have to be intentional about the time or how you set your day out. So when I came up with the name Christy Planning It Out, it's only because it came out of solely because um, I can deal with ambiguity and work in ambiguity, but if I have a preference in the matter, it's definitely have a good plan in place. Because I feel like if you plan to fail, if you don't plan, the plans will fail. And generally, that's the mindset I have. So I like to plan everything accordingly. I like to have a over bird's eye view of how my week's supposed to go. I like to use checklists to keep up with what I'm supposed to do that week, what needs to get done, um, all those things. I need to see it. So, with this being my health and fitness planner, and actually, if you think about my form of planning, if you've seen any previous videos, it's generally more of a memory keeping or a stats keeper. It's not actually plans. Um, but it still keeps me accountable. I use this in conjunction with my Hobonichi cousins, and then I also use um, my daily pages to keep track of to-do lists. But this specific planner is my companion when I go to doctor's appointments or when I'm attempting to track what I ate or my steps and things of that nature. So we're going to do something different this week. I did get myself a column over here, and I wanted to be intentional with the space that I'm using in this spread, and I wanted to get away from maybe having a graphic. So I'm going to draw a few more boxes than normal usually. So I'll stick weather over to the side because I did like the location of the weather. And so I'm going to give myself space for the weather tracking. And then meal tracking over here. We're going to do meal tracking. So now this is how I'm going to do the the weather in this column, and then steps are going to be my total steps for the day will be written over here. So steps, weather, food, and then I'm gonna do some sticker surgery, I guess. So I'm gonna take one of these boxes. take one of these boxes and I'm going to make it smaller by cutting it and sticking it behind the box that I need it for. All right, this is meals. I think we might have enough space for that to be, yeah, instead of, so, right, meals there. And then the next box, we're going to shorten and we're going to put weather. If we put it across both, it can use it for twofold. I don't want them right on the washi that I put down. I just put a little sticker there. So we'll make it twofold. And this is the burden I use. So we do steps over here. And weather. This is going to be mood, micro journaling, and anxiety. And how do you feel? So we got that in there. Now I have a place for everything that I normally would keep over here because I feel like I'm not maximizing my space over here. We can put different things over here now. It opens up a lot of space for other things to be written down from day to day. And so I'm going to clip these to make these fit over here in this border. So the camera stopped on me because, and I caught it pretty fast. I guess my phone battery died. So here we are. We're going to finish up this spread for this week. I'm going to put some, just some little element stickers down and layer just for beauty, I guess, and make it cute. But we're going to have a space to write notes or write down things I need to remember to do that's health based. One thing is, like, I've already started this week, so I know there are some things I can track that would be nice to have written down already. So I know when it happened. So we can just put a little grouping of stickers over here on the note side and just lay that out there. And we can write out notes there and use the darker pen and just write notes. Okay. Then I run into this often with my gel pens, is where I have stuff carried through. And I'm just going to make concessions for my own mistakes or me not changing the inks that I use in my planner without having any regard to what is going to happen on the next page. It's okay. It's a consequence of Tomoe River paper. The dilemma over how thin the paper is or how the paper changed from last year to this year was enough, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. Let's just add in these little clusters here. I think it adds a nice effect, and I can write in around. Yeah, okay. So this one is, yeah, and I can just put that right here. I still have room to put in steps and stuff, so we're just playing around with the space. Once it's filled in, it will look intentional, and it just gives some decor to the page. So, and then let's see, the weekend, and basically because we're already on Wednesday, I'm recording this Wednesday, I know exactly what I can write or what I need to write. So put this over here just for some extra decor. It's some really beautiful scenes. So these bigger stickers I will use in a different planner, but I just think they're gorgeous. And we have these pieces um, torn pieces of paper. I like those. And I'll put a little sticker over here. Get another reminder there. Okay, now I'm gonna fill in my weather, and then we can see if we have any more space um, left to add anything else. I do have week 17 pulled out, so let me put that over here. Up here, we can just do week 17. We put our weather. I'm putting my steps. I don't have those written down yet for Monday and Tuesday, and I'm still on Wednesday, so I'll leave that off. But I wrote in the dates in purple, and let's see, something I usually don't get to do with you all is to write down what happened. So Monday was uh, okay day. Anxiety was medium high. It's just changes that's happening in my role at work, and it's getting to me. But I try not to carry it over, but it does have an effect on me. Um, it's something that we've been preparing for the last 6 weeks, and then all of a sudden the plans change. So I just the impact of how things hit you and process it is just it's wild. Other things, my dog has been sick, and he's older, and I just know it's time to make that call. So I was sad. Tuesday was a good day for the most part, and you just take your joy back. I was just determined to not be impacted um, by situations people bring to you. You control. You have to attempt to control how you let things impact you. It's not as easy as said, but you have to try in order to not let it mentally impact you mentally. So that's my take on it. I try to put the focus on the positive and only worry about the things that I can change. And me having joy or me having happiness during that day, that that's on me to work around whatever situations or work through or depend on the strength that God gives me to keep going or to go through certain things. Wednesday, tired. I took a nap. My daughter's procedure. And so then we have the rest of the week. Here we had egg roll, bowl. I had a salad for lunch. Today I had a salad for dinner. I had some crackers for lunch because I didn't really. I had crackers and a little peanut butter and protein shake. I had leftovers for lunch. I had an egg roll bowl for lunch, a small, and then for dinner, the Big Mac wrap. And it has lettuce and pickle in the sauce, and it's on the tortilla shell. So that's what I did. This was a salad with chicken today. So we have the rest of the week there. Reminders were wait for arrival time to the hospital for the surgery today. So that was yesterday. We had to be there at 6 a.m. That explains why I was so tired and why I was determined to take a nap. Taking prescriptions, cancel an appointment. I give myself a space to write other notes. I don't have to backdate these or things I want to keep in top of mind. So now I pretty much have everything filled out too much as I can fill out now. I can put some border stickers in. Let's see. We have a little tiny sticker there. Let's see. Let's just use these real tiny stickers to just break up some of those lines and harsh lines. Let's see. I'll do the same right here. Okay. And one more at the top. It's a little small wreath or swag to go right here. Okay. And so I think that is good for my Hobonichi week. I have plenty of stickers to utilize for the rest or multiple planners. I can track down if I'm listening to a book this week because I'm out of training, thank goodness. And that's been really putting a damper on how far I can listen because I've been training or extra focused on different things. Um, I'm going to finish I'm finishing Crash by Freedom McFadden. And then go back to Onyx Storm. This is the spread for this week. I appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with me as I filled in my planner for the week of the 21st to the 27th. If you enjoyed my content, please feel free to subscribe, share with a friend, share with another planner. Also, hit the notification bell so that you know when the next video comes out. But I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.